Alright, it is time for the Marvel catalog for November. Coming out in January, February-ish. I forgot what I was just going to say. But Marvel had quite a few newer ones and stuff to check out, so we'll start out. And it's like some of these I could have swore were in last catalog, but we just didn't have imagery, so I don't know if I have to reorder on my list or not, because like Deadpool Wolverine, I could have swore I pre-ordered already last month, but we will see. I will have to double check my list. But now that I'm looking at this, I don't know, cover A still looks the best, in my opinion. Jerome Opina, Duali. Yeah, not feeling those. This one's not too bad by Greg Capullo. But even Deadpool's coming in at a weird angle. I don't know. I'll stick with cover A. Wade and Logan together again. The most unlikely team up turned most demanded one. Deadpool and Wolverine are back, together again and ready to blow your minds in this ongoing series that hits like a never-ending action movie. With the fate of the world in the balance, when a fan favorite villain is unearthed, you'll get to see a new side of our heroes and their adversary. As an ages-long plan comes to fruition, and the only thing that stands between the Earth and annihilation is the best there is and the merc with the mouth. Brought to you by another legendary pairing, writer Benjamin Percy and Joshua Cassara. These comic superstars put your favorite superheroes through their paces in a series chock full of surprises, twist reveals, and a villainous plot that'll turn long-term and newly arriving ex-readers' heads. This is one for the pull list. You got the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. Lots of wrestling references this month. Now we're jumping over to the Makers, or Ultimate Wolverine #1. The Maker's Ultimate Weapon. That's a cool cover. It's like Deadpool Wolverine crossover. Kind of with a Doc Ock thing going on in the background. I don't know whose those limbs came from. They almost look Colossus material wise. So I don't know if Colossus is Doc Ocking it out or what's going on. But the Maker's Ultimate Weapon from Rising Star, Chris Condon, and artist Alessandro Cappuccio, comes the story of the Ultimate Wolverine. In order to maintain control of their corner of the Maker's world. Wow, this is... Sorry everybody, I'm starting this catalog off bad. I'm stumbling over my tongue like crazy. 3 members of his council, Magic, Colossus, and Omega Red, deploy their most lethal asset, the Winter Soldier. But who is the weapon behind the mask? It's like, I always like the Omega Red stories. I think I'm going to put a circle on that, just in case. And I got to get that cover if I do it. That's just... All else I love, yeah, that is Omega Red back behind Colossus there. All else I love that crossover design of Wolverine and Deadpool mixed up. That's kind of cool. Now, yeah, New Champions #1. Who are the new champions? What do 4 kids whose lives were derailed by Hydra, Scarlet Witch's mysterious protege, a cursed roller derby jammer, and a Wakandan runaway have in common? Not much, but when Hellrune's mysterious powers activate to bring them together, they'll have to learn how to work as a team quickly, or face the wrath of the cult of Hela. Steve Fox and Ivan Forelli team up to introduce the next generation of Marvel heroes. Yeah, interesting looking characters, but I have no idea who any of them are, so none of them look like any new ones that I've caught anything on so far, so we will pass on that. We got Sam Wilson, Captain America, number 1 of 5. Sam Wilson soars again when Captain America attends a birthday party for Isaiah Bradley. He catches wind of a new tech venture that sounds too good to be true. Magnificent floating platforms in the sky where the disenfranchised can apply for land grants and establish their own farms. But after Sam discovers an organization's dark underbelly, he'll have to tangle with his head of security, Red Hulk. Greg Pak and Evan Narcissi and Eder Macias join forces for high-flying Cap adventure. That Red Hulk cover's kind of cool. And we got, this was tough, so we're going to Magic number 1. The Mystic Mutant goes demon hunting in her own new ongoing series. The X-Men Ileana Rasputina strikes out on her own with new allies and dark powers arrayed against her. Something ancient has awakened beneath the Alaskan ice. Unfortunately for it, that's Magic's territory now. You got Ashley Allen and Germaine Peralta. This is a stylish, high-octane demon hunting adventure starring the fiercest X-Men of all, or X-Man of all. I don't know enough about Magic, so I couldn't tell you how fierce she is. She just looks like a manga character with a giant sword. That's the feel I get from her, so it doesn't really pull me in to want to know anymore. We got Rogue the Savage Land, number 1 of 5. Journey into the Lost World with Rogue, Magneto, Kazar, and more. The X-Man called Rogue has always been a survivor, but without her mutant powers, she'll need to prove it like never before. As the Savage Land turns toward war, Rogue will need all her skills to survive dinosaurs, mutates, and the master of magnetism himself. This is done by Tim Seeley and Zelima Scotto. Lavina tell a lost story of a lost world. Yeah, I'm not into the old prehistoric stuff, Savage Land stuff, but I'm sure it's a good storyline. And it's got Tim Seeley in it, working on it, so you can't go wrong there. But not for me, though, sadly. I got Cable, Love, and Chrome, number 1 of 5. Marvel's most extreme mutant returns. He's been a soldier, an X-Man, a protector of the time stream. But even from his earliest days, the mutant known as Cable has been living on borrowed time, waging a lonely war against the ravages of the techno-organic virus. Yet, when a high-stakes mission in the future goes catastrophically awry, Cable is left stranded in the dystopian city of Salvation Bay, and will find himself caught in the midst of a civil war that will change his life forever. Get ready for big action, bigger threats, and the biggest guns in the Marvel Universe in this epic new series from Ringo Award-winning writer David Pepose and Mike Henderson. I was considering picking that up. I'm looking for a good cable short run to follow. I think I'll just wait to see what happens, what I hear about it, and then go for the trade if it sounds good. It's what I'm thinking. Gotta start doing trades more often. I'm just cutting back my monthly expenditures, trying to get it down a little bit. Alright, next up we got Marvel and Disney What If? Mickey and Friends became the Fantastic Four #1. That, again, is another one that I feel was in last month's catalog. Because I could have swore this one became a club pick for our Crimson Colored Comic Club, which you should check out that YouTube channel also. And get our variety of reviews of comics. Because we got like a Star Wars corner, Batman corner, D&D corner, person that's into a lot of the heavy Marvel and DC characters, Scarlet Witch and all that stuff, Silver Surfer, then me that likes a lot of the independent stuff. And yeah, we got a good variety of characters. We got a Punisher, follower. But yeah, get lots of different reviews on the Crimson Colored Comic Club. And then you get our group ones. As long as at least 3 of us are reading it, we'll do a group review on it. Your favorite Disney characters as Marvel's first family. Mickey has stretching powers. Minnie can turn invisible. Goofy can burst into flame. Donald has become some kind of rocky thing. With these incredible powers, they vow to help those in need as the Fantastic Four. And they'll need all their awesome abilities if they are to succeed in their first mission together to stop Mole Pete from destroying Duckburg. But how did they get their superpowers? Find out in this fantastic origin special. They're going to make Pete the Mole Man. I don't like the Mole Man. Never a fan. Don't really care for those storylines. But I think the thing that turned me off the most with Mole Man is back in the Unbeatable Squirrel Girl days. You got like this 70-year-old guy that hangs out with moles underground and he's perving out on a teenage superhero. And it's just, yeah, I thought that was so weird back then. That's kind of why I just can't stand the character, I believe. Alright. Next up, I love this image that they got with Rocket and Dr. Doom. Tapping glasses. Tapping glasses, tapping asses. Dr. Doom and Rocket Raccoon, #1. JMS unites unlikely duos from all across the Marvel Universe. J. Michael Straczynski brings his incredible character work to beloved Marvel characters, great and small, in a series of exciting one-shots. First up, Dr. Doom and Rocket, drawn by Will Robson. Dr. Doom does the one thing he never wants to do, ask for a favor. What awaits Rocket in Latveria? Mischief, miscommunication, and an emotional journey across space and time in the mighty Marvel way. I'm going to throw a circle around that one. I might get that. I like that they're doing them in one-shots, and there's going to be a variety of them. I love the idea of a Dr. Doom Rocket crossover. Little partnership thing going on. So we'll see. I might have to pick that up. Looks like the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man's going back to the old wrestling story line there in issue 2. We got Daredevil, Unleash Hell. That's a pretty kick-ass cover too. I'm guessing this is a new Daredevil because she looks like a female under those clothes there. I have not been reading the new Daredevil, and like every character in the worlds, Marvel and DC all had kids apparently, and all their kids are the same powers as their parents have or whatever. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. I think we're hitting the mid-90s era again where it's just going to get a little too out of hand with all the crap that's coming out. You got Daredevil Unleash Hell. Red Band #1 of 5. They just got the Red Band editions. They don't have a regular edition. I know Red Band's alright, but if you're charging me extra money and you're not really giving me that much extra content, and then give me the cheaper regular version, because I did not notice nothing in the... Oh, what was the vampire, the blood one that they had? Sorry about that, someone's using the ice maker. Yeah, I can't think of the stupid name of it, but the last vampire run, I did the first five issue run of the main storyline, and people told me there was a little extra in there, but nobody could really point out to me what the actual extras were. It's like if you're covering up a comic in a bag, you would think that the covers would have a little bit interesting stuff on it that they're trying to cover up, but the covers were all basically simplistic, basic cover A style covers. I didn't really notice anything special that they needed to be bagged for. But let's get to this. Daredevil Unleash Hell, Red Band #1 of 5. Murder is an art. The violence of the occult swirling across the Marvel Universe find their way to Hell's Kitchen. As grisly crime scenes start manifesting across the city, all signs point to an impossible perpetrator, Muse, estranged from Matt Murdock. It's up to Elektra to get the grisly truth as only Daredevil can, if she can stomach the seemingly resurrected killer's most violent works. So, Elektra became Daredevil then, I'm taking it. This isn't like Daredevil's kid. So, I should have known when I didn't notice that she was carrying the size until now. But yeah, that whole lower body is just kind of throwing me off by how they got that drawn. It's like it is her body. She's got a pretty big badonkadonk. I don't know. I like the upper half, but the bottom half of that picture is, I don't know, doesn't look right physically. Now we're taking a big jump to a run of things where we have a variety of what ifs. Starting out with What If Galactus Transformed Hulk #1. The first in a new series of one-shots that ask the question, what if Galactus recruited some of Marvel's best and brightest heroes as his new cosmic heralds? See how the power cosmic transforms these once familiar champions, twisting and turning all of Marvel history in their wake. In this tale, Galactus has conscripted Earth's strongest warrior, the Incredible Hulk, into his service. But what will turn out to be the bigger mistake, trying to direct the fury of the Green Goliath, or giving the great mind of Bruce Banner a cosmic problem to solve? That one sounds like it could be fun. I'm going to mark it just in case. I doubt if I'll get all the What If Galactus, but it's going to pick a couple out maybe. We got What If Galactus Transformed Rogue #1. When a young Rogue uses her mutant powers to absorb the Silver Surfer's power cosmic, the entire course of her storied history is forever changed. Now the rebellious mutant has been blessed with unimaginable power, but also the burden of serving as Galactus' new herald. Let's see, rocket into space along with this fan favorite character. It's going to be a bumpy ride. Yeah, I like Rogue, but I don't think I'm going to get that one. Yet, what if Galactus transformed Gambit, number 1? Gambit is the most charismatic, most heroic, and most capable thief on Earth, which is exactly how he grabs the attention of the Devourer of Worlds. With the power cosmic flowing through his veins, Gambit is unstoppable. But is he clever enough to steal the unstealable? Prepare for a heist, mon ami, one like the multiverse has never seen before. Not going to grab that one either. Yeah, what if Galactus transformed Spider-Gwen? After coming to the aid of a wounded herald of Galactus, Spider-Gwen is empowered and enlisted in the service of the World Devourer. But despite her new role surveying the galaxy, Gwen can't help her heroic streak. So when she encounters a world reminiscent of her home, will she ally with its alien residents and attempt to battle one of the cosmos' greatest forces? Yeah, that one's worthy of a circle. We'll consider that one. Then we got What If Galactus Transformed Moon Knight, number 1. When Khonshu, the moon god, and Galactus, the world devourer, clash, Moon Knight is caught in the middle. To keep the peace, Moon Knight becomes the newest herald of Galactus, but his altars cause the power cosmic to manifest in startling new ways. Unless Moon Knight can become the newest herald of unless Moon Knight can conquer his new powers and a few former heralds, the Earth itself faces extinction. Yeah. Alright, we got one more, it looks like. Nope, this is Storm Life Dream. Number 1, 50 Years of Stardom. For the first time ever, all black creative teams joined forces in a single anthology to honor the many extraordinary lives of Ororo Munroe. When intergalactic historians attempt to update their records on one of the most famous X-Men in multiversal history, they'll find a woman too powerful to contain, and risk unleashing a side of her no one's seen before. With appearances of fan-favorite Storms across the eras of Marvel Comics, superstar, Angelique Roche spearheads a celebration of one of the most beloved characters in pop culture history. And then we will be jumping about 10 pages or so here. Looks like X-Men Xavier's Secret, number 1. In the wake of the fall of Krakoa, the X-Men are forever changed. As Jean Grey prepares to take her place among the stars, she and Cyclops share a last night together, only to discover a hidden mystery that threatens to pull them apart. Meanwhile, what was supposed to be a mundane article about Charles Xavier's monstrous acts during the war turns into something far stranger for journalist Sally Floyd. Can the X-Men survive the shadows lurking in their past, or will their new era begin in tragedy? Collects X-Men from the Ashes Infinity Comics 1-6 for the first time in print. I didn't realize that was a collection. Alright, looks like we got one left. I gotta go about 20 pages here. Got Star Wars A New Legacy #1. A decade of Marvel Comics, Marvel Star Wars comics. Celebrate 10 years of Marvel Star Wars comics with all new stories by some of the most influential creators of the decade. Thrill as Darth Vader, Grand Moff Tarkin, Darth Momnin, Dr. Aphra, Valance Chanath, Rick Duel, Commander Zara, the Tegas, and more collide during a grand Imperial event thrown by Palpatine. Gasp and laugh at a perilous game between BT-1 and Kersantin, and whatever happened to Scar Squadron. It's a 48-page one-shot. That's a pretty kick-ass cover there. Yeah. That is it for Marvel. So, keep falling under the call of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend. Give us those likes. And we will keep putting this out as long as you keep checking it out. Yeah, let's be honest. We'll keep putting it out. Whether anybody watches or not. Gotta keep the brain solid. Yeah. So, under the color of MS. And then also check out Crimson Color Comic Club. And we'll get back with more of you soon. Bye.